Mary was slowly lowered into a barrel filled with honey, an oxygen tube connected to her nose. Then the entire barrel was pushed into a sealed room filled with gasoline. But this wasn't a murder, it was a battle against death itself. Mary had a compromised immune system. Only a sterile environment could keep her alive. But one day, a sudden storm destroyed her home. Debris piled up on her protective dome, and once it cracked, bacteria would flood in, putting Mary's life at risk. Suddenly, a gust of wind knocked down a power line onto the dome. IT started to burn through the shield. Team Scorpion jumped into action. They grabbed oxygen tanks and hazmat suits from the fire truck, sterilized everything with ethylene oxide, and disinfected the masks with steam. They signaled Mary to suit up. Once she was fully dressed, Jenny sliced open the protective dome with a knife, pulling Mary out just seconds before it collapsed. But there was a problem. The hazmat suit hadn't been ventilated after sterilization. Mary was allergic to ethylene oxide. Red rashes broke out on her skin, and she struggled to breathe. If she didn't take off the suit immediately, she'd go into anaphylactic shock. That's when Team Scorpion turned to an unlikely savior. Honey, naturally sterile and antibacterial honey, could protect her skin. But removing the suit would expose Mary to airborne microbes. So Jack grabbed a carpet and used a grinder to generate an ionized field, creating a temporary barrier against bacteria. Under this makeshift shield, Mary removed her suit, basked in the warmth of sunlight for a brief moment, and climbed into the barrel of honey. Meanwhile, Paul and the others covered the room's walls with solid alcohol, preparing to ignite it and create a sterile chamber. Jenny approached and told Mary to hold her breath. Then, she pulled out the oxygen tube. Jack lit a match and tossed it in. Flames roared through the room like a wild beast under intense heat. Mary's skin began to blister. Seconds ticked by. The honey slowly began to solidify. At just the right moment, Jenny ordered the oxygen supply to be cut. The flames instantly died out. The ventilation system kicked in, and a perfectly sterile room was born. Everyone shouted for Mary to come out, but there was no response. They waited anxiously. Finally, Mary broke through the hardened honey and stood up. The red rashes were gone, and now she had a brand new room to call her own.